Hey everyone, and welcome to the deep dive. So today we're going to take a swing at something pretty cool.
All right.
You guys want to improve your golf games,
Always.
and you sent us some really interesting stuff about this golf instructor, Henrik Jentsch.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of him.
Have you heard of him?
Yeah, definitely. He's making some big waves.
He's shaking things up, right?
Yeah.
What caught my eye was he's like, finally someone's acknowledging we're not all built to swing like Tiger Woods.
Exactly. Yeah. A lot of golf instruction is about copying the pros.
Yeah.
But Henrik is all about
Right.
using data and science to find the best swing for you.
Yeah.
No cookie cutter stuff.
So who is this guy?
Oh.
And what's his story?
He's been a golf coach for ever, so he's got tons of experience.
Oh, wow.
But what sets him apart is how he combines that with this love for science and tech.
Okay.
He uses all these tools like SportsBox AI 3D, Quintic, Zenio, FlightScope
Wow, I've heard of some of those.
to really break down the mechanics of a swing.
Wow.
It's like getting X-ray vision for your swing.
That's so
Cool.
cool.
All the little details you'd never notice.
Instead of just telling you to feel it,
Exactly.
he's showing you what's happening.
Exactly.
And why?
Yep. And one of his core principles is that the golf swing is basically a mechanical system,
Oh, interesting.
like a well-oiled machine.
I like it.
He uses biomechanics, which is basically the science of how your body moves,
Okay.
to analyze your swing and find ways to make it more efficient.
So how does he actually apply that to teaching?
So he sees the swing as a modular system,
Okay.
which is a fancy way of saying it's made up of interconnected parts like building blocks.
Okay.
You got your grip, your posture, your backswing, your downswing,
All those pieces.
all these pieces working together.
So he's kind of fine-tuning each part
Exactly.
to make the machine run perfectly.
Instead of trying to make you fit into a specific mold,
I see.
he looks at each building block and figures out how to make those parts work best for you. That's why his approach is so personalized.
So how does he figure out what works best for each person? Does he have like a secret formula or something?
Well, he's identified three main swing mechanics.
Okay.
He calls them the hitter, the swinger, and then combinations of the two.
Okay.
So think of it like this. A hitter is like a baseball player going for a home run,
Okay.
using a lot of hand and arm action.
Okay.
A swinger, on the other hand, is more like a graceful tennis player,
Oh, okay.
relying on smooth body rotation to generate power.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
It makes it much easier to visualize. Is
Right.
one of these styles better than the others?
Not at all.
Okay.
Most golfers naturally lean towards one style or use a blend of both.
Okay.
And Hendrik's not about saying one is better.
Okay.
He wants to help you figure out which style or combination works best for your body
Got it.
and your natural swing tendencies.
So he's helping you play to your strengths
Exactly.
instead of trying to fit you into a box.
Exactly.
That might not be right for you.
Now, this is where it gets really cool.
Okay, let's hear it.
He's obsessed with this idea of optimal energy transfer in the swing.
Optimal energy transfer.
Think of it like cracking a whip.
Oh, okay.
That's not just about brute force. It's about transferring energy smoothly through your body
I see.
and into the club head to create maximum speed at impact.
So how does he actually measure that?
He uses high-speed cameras and even pressure sensors to analyze those pressure points
Wow.
in your hands and arms during the swing.
That's high tech.
It's super high-tech.
So he's like a detective looking for clues to
Precise.
unlock more power and consistency.
By finding those little energy leaks,
Okay.
he can help you adjust your swing and really maximize the power you're putting into each shot.
Interesting.
It's not just about swinging hard, it's about swinging smart.
This is making me rethink everything I thought I knew about the golf swing.
I know, right?
It's like he's taking all the guesswork out of it,
Yeah.
replacing it with data and science.
You got it. And it's not just about the energy transfer.
Oh, there's more.
He's also a stickler for the geometry of the swing.
Geometry.
Yeah.
Okay.
He analyzes your swing path attack angle.
Hold on. I'm having flashbacks to high school math class.
Think of it like this. He's meticulously analyzing all these different angles and trajectories
Okay.
to see how they impact your ball flight.
Okay, so getting that nice draw.
Yeah, that beautiful draw you've always wanted.
Or getting rid of that slice.
Or getting rid of that pesky slice.
That pops up every now and then.
Exactly.
So he's taking all this data, the swing path, the ball speed, the impact, and using it to fine-tune your swing to make the ball go where you want it to go.
Absolutely. But even with all this data, he doesn't forget about the human element.
Okay.
He considers your physical attributes,
Mhm.
flexibility, strengths, and weaknesses.
Okay, so it's not just about being a robot and following the numbers.
Not at all.
It's about understanding how those numbers
Exactly.
relate to you as an individual.
He might see that you're naturally a hitter. But if you have limited shoulder mobility, he'll work with you to adjust your swing within that style,
Oh, that's great.
to avoid injury,
Smart.
and help you perform your best. It's all about personalization.
This is really fascinating stuff. It sounds like he's really found a way to bridge the gap between the science and the art of golf.
Absolutely.
We've covered a lot of ground already, but I'm curious,
Yeah,
what kind of impact is this having on the wider world of golf?
that's a great question.
Is this something that's just for elite players, or can everyday golfers benefit from this too?
That's a great question, and one we'll dive into after a quick break.
Okay, stick around. We're just getting started on this deep dive into the world of Henrik Jentsch.
It's going to be good.
All right, see you in a minute.
All right. Hashtag TTS, the deep dive, episode 2025 0208, part 2 of 3.
We're back and ready to keep digging into this whole Henrik Jentsch thing.
Yeah.
Before the break, we were talking about how his approach isn't just for the pros.
Right.
So how is he impacting everyday golfers?
Well, he's making a big splash on a couple of levels.
Okay.
First off, he's helping golfers of all skill levels,
Okay.
from weekend warriors to scratch players, see real improvement.
So it's not about turning everyone into a pro.
Exactly.
It's about helping them reach their potential,
Right.
whatever that may be.
Whatever that looks like.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's like no matter where you are in your golf journey,
Yeah.
there's always room to get better.
All of
But it's not just about individual players, right?
Right.
He's also kind of shaking up how golf is taught in general.
Exactly. He's working to modernize golf instruction,
Wow.
bringing it into the 21st century.
See, it's about time.
Yeah, think about it. For years, it's been mostly about watching someone swing and trying to copy them.
Yeah.
But Henrik's approach is all about understanding the why behind the swing.
That makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
Instead of just blindly following instructions,
Yeah.
you're actually learning how to think for yourself
Right.
and make decisions.
And make decisions based on data in your own body.
Okay, so one of the coolest things you mentioned is that he's not keeping all this knowledge to himself.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
He's actually collaborating with leading tech companies
Really?
and sharing his methods with other golf pros
That's great.
through his company, golf247.eu.
So he wants to empower other instructors to kind of integrate these methods
Exactly.
into their teaching.
He wants to see it everywhere.
So he's not just changing individual swings. He's
Yeah.
trying to change the whole landscape of golf instruction.
He's a visionary.
That's pretty ambitious.
He sees a future where golf instruction is more personalized, data-driven, and accessible to everyone.
I like that.
It's like he's democratizing golf knowledge.
Okay, I have to ask, with all this talk about technology and data,
Yeah.
does he ever worry that the human element of golf is getting lost?
Yeah. That's a great question.
I mean, golf is a game of feel and intuition, right?
That's a great question. And it's something he's addressed head on. He believes that technology should actually enhance the human element,
Okay.
not replace it.
Not replace it.
Yeah, it's a tool to help us understand the game better, to make smart decisions.
Right.
But ultimately, it's still up to the golfer to execute the swing and feel the shot.
So finding that balance
See, then,
between data and feel,
Yeah.
science and art.
exactly.
Yeah.
He sees technology as a way to give golfers more control, more understanding, and more power over their game.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's like he's saying, hey, you don't have to just accept your limitations or blindly follow someone else's swing.
Exactly.
You can take control and unlock your own potential.
You got it.
Do you have any stories about how his methods have helped people?
Oh, tons.
Okay.
Real-life examples of how this stuff works.
Yeah.
There's this one story about an amateur golfer who'd been battling a slice for years.
Oh, I feel his pain.
You know, that dreaded shot that curves way off to the right?
Yeah, I've been there.
He tried everything.
Yeah.
Lessons, swing aids, you name it. Nothing worked.
Nothing worked.
Then he started working with Henrik.
Okay, so what did Henrik do?
So he used his 3D motion capture system,
Okay.
all that fancy tech, to pinpoint the exact moment in his swing where things were going wrong.
Okay.
Turned out, it was this tiny issue with his wrist position at the top of his backswing.
Interesting.
Something you probably never noticed just by watching him swing.
So something almost invisible to the naked eye was causing this major problem.
Exactly. But once they identified it, they made this small adjustment to his grip.
Yeah.
Boom. The slice vanished.
That's amazing.
Incredible.
Just a tiny tweak.
Yeah.
Backed by data and analysis, completely changed his game.
That's the power of this approach.
That's wild.
It's not about guessing or blindly trying things.
Right.
It's about using data to find the root of the problem and the most effective solution.
And it's not just amateurs who are seeing results, right?
No, Henrik also works with some of the top pros in the world.
Oh, wow. So even the best of the best
Exactly.
can benefit from this.
Oh. It proves that no matter what level you're at, there's always room for improvement.
Always room for improvement.
And this data-driven approach can play a key role in unlocking that next level of performance.
I'm so curious about all the technology involved here.
Yeah.
I know we touched on the 3D motion capture, but what other tools are being used to analyze swings and improve performance?
Well, 3D motion capture is amazing for analyzing your movements.
Right.
But to really understand how those movements translate to ball flight, you need something called a launch monitor.
A launch monitor? Okay.
Yeah. Hashtag TTS, the deep dive, episode 2025, ZO208, part 3 of 3.
So a launch monitor.
Yeah, it's basically a super high-tech radar system that tracks everything about your ball
Okay.
right after you hit it.
Okay.
Ball speed launch, angle spin rate, you name it.
Oh, wow.
This data is gold
Yeah.
for understanding how different swing tweaks impact your distance and trajectory.
So it's like having your own personal statistician.
Exactly.
Right there on the range.
Right there on the range.
Telling you exactly how far and how high you hit each shot.
Exactly.
That would be so useful for testing out different clubs.
Exactly.
Or swing techniques.
And the beauty of these launch monitors is that they're becoming increasingly affordable.
Really?
And accessible.
That's great.
You don't have to be a pro or have access to a fancy facility to use them anymore.
So cool.
There are even portable models you can take with you to the driving range or even the course.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So technology is really leveling the playing field, giving everyday golfers access to the same kind of insights that were once reserved for the pros.
Exactly. And speaking of accessible technology, there's another cool tool I wanted to mention.
Okay, what's that?
Pressure mapping.
Pressure mapping.
We talked a bit about Henrik using pressure sensors to analyze grip pressure.
Yeah.
But there are now devices that golfers can use themselves.
Really?
To get real-time feedback on how they're holding the club throughout the swing.
So you can actually see how much pressure you're putting on the grip.
Exactly.
At different points in the swing.
Yeah. These sensors are built right into special golf gloves or grips.
Oh, wow.
And they send data to an app on your phone or tablet.
Oh, that's so cool.
You can see a visual representation of your grip pressure.
Wow.
Which can reveal a lot about your hand action and timing.
I bet that would be helpful.
Yeah.
For identifying things like grip tension or inconsistencies in your hand movements.
And it's not just about identifying problems.
Okay.
It's also about finding solutions.
Right.
This kind of real-time feedback allows golfers to experiment with different grip pressures.
Oh.
And see how it affects their ball flight.
I see.
It's a powerful tool for learning and improvement.
This is really mind-blowing stuff.
I know, right?
It feels like the possibilities for using technology to improve your golf game are endless.
They really are. And I think that's the most exciting thing about this whole data-driven movement in golf instruction.
It's about empowering the golfer. Exactly. It's not about fancy gadgets. Right. It's about empowering golfers with knowledge and tools to take control of their game.
Yeah, and understand the why behind their swing.
Exactly.
And then having the tools to make adjustments based on that understanding.
But as amazing as all this technology is, there's still a crucial human element that can't be replaced.
Okay.
All this data is meaningless without a skilled instructor.
I see.
Who can help you interpret it and make sense of it.
So it's not about replacing coaches with robots?
Not at all.
Okay, good.
The best instructors are the ones who can seamlessly blend technology with their coaching expertise.
Yeah.
They can use data to provide specific insights, but they can also use their experience and intuition to tailor those insights to each individual golfer.
It's like a partnership then.
Exactly.
Technology and coaching.
It's a beautiful thing.
Working together to create that ultimate learning experience.
I love it.
This has been an incredible deep dive.
We've learned so much about Henrik Jentsch, his revolutionary approach, and all the amazing technology that's changing the game of golf.
It's an exciting time to be a golfer.
It is. I feel like I need to go out and try some of this stuff myself.
You do?
So, dear listener, we're curious what stands out to you from this deep dive.
Yeah. Are you inspired to explore any of these technologies or techniques to improve your own game?
Maybe you're already using some of them.
We'd love to hear your thoughts.
And as you hit the range or the course, remember what we've learned from Henrik Jentsch.
It's not about finding the one perfect swing.
It's about finding the swing that works best for you.
Embrace the power of technology. Find a coach who speaks your language and keep swinging.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Henrik Jentsch.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, keep exploring.
Keep learning.
Keep learning and keep playing the game you love.